it is heavy, and it's a little tough, to cut through. So I would recommend a good knife, a good kitchen knife. And what I do, how's the applesauce? Who's eating it?
Good. It's excellent.
Delicious. Good, isn't it?
It is.
5 minutes in the microwave. All right. So what I do is I cut them into pieces like this. All right. And you'll notice there's a thick skin on the outside, which makes it a little more difficult to work with. Just takes a little more prep time. Yeah. No, you do not cook it with the skin. I'm going to get to that in a minute. This is actually a nice piece.
Easier way.
I mean, this is it's a veg. I'm sorry?
That's an easier way than peeling the thing. That's
I never peel it. It's way too hard to peel on a squash. I mean, this is obviously it's a fall vegetable. They grow on a vine. They stay for a long time in your fridge. This is actually a good dish you can make ahead of time. You can cook it and you can freeze it. It actually freezes very, very well. So it's a good dish to have on hand, or if you wanted to make it a few days before you were going to someone's house or something, you can take it out of the freezer, and of course heat it up in your microwave. All right, so I just wanted to get this. Is in the center, you're going to have the seeds. So you do have to scrape the seeds out. Obviously, you don't want to cook with them and just dispose of them. So I'm not going to cut this whole thing, because like Rachel Ray, I had everything prepared, so we're going to start with that in a minute. I just want to show you how to take the skin off. This is how I do it. Now, someone said that they peel it, which I would imagine would be very difficult to use one of those peelers. I mean, that would take, you use this?
Yeah. You know what, Sheila? If any of our people have a problem with their hands, and they can get the Stu Leonard's, they sell it now, already packaged, done for you.
They sell it in the freezer section too. You can buy this already cubed. I forget who makes it, but you can buy this already cubed.
Yeah.
And it's frozen. And yeah, of course, it's much, much easier. What I do is I just sort of go around and I cut the skin off like that. I don't know if you can see me, but.
Thank you. Yeah.
I just cut it off on angles all around. That's it. When that's done, I just cube it.
Good for you.
And that's basically all you would do to all of the pieces. Again, it's important to have a good microwavable dish. This recipe, or the way I cook it anyway, it calls for it to be cooked with the cover on. The applesauce is uncovered, but this definitely has to have a cover on. So once you have it ready,
Sheila, do you vent it?
nope, keep it covered tight while it's cooking. All right, I'm just going to do a few more of these, and the applesauce is coming out. Was there enough applesauce? Is there more? Does anybody want more? How many of you are going to go home and actually make these? Yeah?
Get applesauce.
Wait till you taste the pie. The pie is the whole run. A plastic, like the disposable kind. I don't generally cook with those in a microwave because they say those plastic containers give off, I don't know, chemicals or something when they heat them. So I never put, that's just me, but I never put the plastic containers in the microwave and heat them. All right, so basically, it's going to take a little longer because it's a lot of them. You're just going to put the cubed butternut squash in your microwavable dish. I'm not going to add anything to this yet. I'm going to cook it for 3 or 4 minutes. The vegetable itself actually tends to have a lot of water in it. So after you take it up the first time, I drain a lot of the liquid. Then we're going to put some butter in it. I like to put maple syrup in it. You can put brown sugar in it. You can put, again, you can put a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg. It depends on what your tastes are. You can put nothing in it if you don't want. You can just put a little butter or margarine in it. So, isn't it good? All right, so we're going to take this out. We're going to put this in. Again, you have to cover it. And I'm going to try 4 minutes. I don't usually cook that much for my family, but okay, this is the applesauce. Okay, 5 minutes. It's 5 apples. And you're just going to mash it. I don't know if you can see. You can tell there's a ton of liquid.
Yeah.
The apple is going to reabsorb it. Don't strain it or drain it. Leave the liquid in here, and it's going to get absorbed by the fruit. I know it looks very liquidy, but it looks soupy. So it's very hot. And again, if you don't like it as chunky, you can cut it in smaller chunks. If you like a very fine one, you might want to put it in a food processor or something when it comes out quickly. I like it like this. My kids love it like this. Right, Kev? I mean, this is really, 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 really very easy. All right, I'm just going to let this sit. If anybody wants hot applesauce, I'll put it over here right for now. But if anybody wants some, okay, we're going to let that cook, and now we're going to move on. I do. Did anybody else need a recipe? Does anybody have one? Okay. Okay, now we're going to make chocolate pie. I'm going to tell you, this is the best chocolate pie you're ever going to taste. It is delicious. This was my grandmother's recipe, and I think it was actually my great-grandmother's recipe. Obviously not in the microwave. But I remember my grandmother making this when we were little. And she would only make one for Thanksgiving, and she would make one for Christmas. And we would split it up into like 12 pieces, because this thing was, everybody wanted it. But it took so long to make. She would stand for hours over a double boiler. Just stirring it, and stirring it, and stirring it. And it was such a time-consuming dessert. So we all got little pieces, and we all treasured the little piece we got, and that was it. When the pie was gone, the pie was gone. So my mother, several years ago, she had the recipe, and she would do the same thing. She figured this was really ridiculous. There has to be an easier way to make this pie. And so through trial and error, and she tried many different ways, she actually ended up perfecting it in the microwave. So I'll let you be the judge. I made some pies. I don't know if you want to, you read that? Do you want to start cutting the pies, maybe? Okay. If you want, actually I was going to make some heavy cream too. If anybody wants to. You know how to make the heavy cream, right? Do you want to start that? No? We're also going to make the heavy cream. You all know how to make fresh whipped cream, right? You know how to make fresh whipped cream at home?
Yes.
You want to do it so you can outlet and rock the blushing. We're just going to do the heavy cream. We're going to put a little bit of sugar in here, and Kevin is going to whip this up so when the pie comes out. You can do it if you want. Got it? Okay. This, I use the graham cracker crust. But if you like your own pie crust, if you make a homemade pie crust, you can certainly use that as well. Just obviously bake it in the oven so it's all baked before you put the filling in. This is a regular graham cracker crust. You can also buy the chocolate graham cracker crust. You can also make, there's other crusts you can make with, like, the crushed Oreo cookies you can make a crust out of. The thin mint cookies you can make a crust out of. So you can use whatever crust you want. Just any type of pre-made crust is going to work really well with this. You just put on this. Yeah, this needs more time. Very simple. These are all ingredients that hopefully you have at home. The one thing you might not is the unsweetened chocolate. Don't use the sweetened chocolate. You want to use the unsweetened. These are my preference. The hard squares. Use the packets of the squeezable chocolate. I don't think it works as well. So I would recommend the Baker's unsweetened chocolate. You need 2 squares of these. Now you need 1 egg. I know everybody has eggs at home. A little bit of shell in there, hold on. This would never happen to Rachel bread. What it? We're going to mix this up. Barbara, you give me 2 tablespoons of butter. And this is a bit of butter, so I didn't put it yet. And I'm going to need 1 cup of milk. 1 cup of milk. You're going to take 1 egg and beat it. And then to the egg, you're going to add 1 cup of milk. Okay, you want to use this table? No, don't be sorry. Delay here, hold on. All right, so you're going to beat 1 egg, and you're going to add 1 cup of milk. All right, you're going to mix this up good. Let's squash it here. All right, then separately, you're going to heat 2 tablespoons of butter. And you could actually use margarine. And I think it will taste the same. The one thing I did not put on the recipe instructions was, if you want, depending again on your taste, you can add like a half a teaspoon or a couple drops of vanilla extract. You can add mint extract if you like that chocolatey mint taste. You can add the almond extract, which actually gives it a nice chocolatey almond flavor. Just mix it in, or you put it into the microwave. The pies I made have no taste in them. You actually don't need it because the chocolate comes out with a chocolate taste. But if you want that extra little, I guess, flavor, you can do that. How do you do it? Like that. Really, really hot. I gave you for the squash, you would use those for like half a squash. I'm doing a squash and a half so everybody gets it. That's why it's taking longer. But if you're just cooking for 2 or 3 people, you probably only need, like maybe this much squash. Honestly, you're going to just serve it as a side dish, like instead of mashed potatoes or something. So you can follow those times that are on the sheet. The reason it's taking longer is because there's so much squash in there. Okay, so you're going to heat the butter. 2 tablespoons of butter. You're going to do it for 25 seconds. You're going to put it in, again, a microwavable bowl. Very important. I do use this type of plastic, but not the thin plastic. This is a microwavable bowl. And don't use the disposable one. How are you? You've got 2 tablespoons of butter in here. To that, we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. Just going to mix this up, and then to this ingredient, you're going to add 4 tablespoons of flour. Okay? And it tends to come out just, it looks like it's going to be a little lumpy, but as you cook it and as you stir it, the lumps do come out. So don't, don't be concerned if you feel like you've got a lot of lumps in it. Okay, you're just going to mix the dry ingredients with the butter. You can try to get some of the bigger lumps out, but again, don't worry about the smaller lumps. Okay, and then to that, you're going to add the 1 cup of milk and the egg that you just beat. And you're going to mix this up really well. How's the cream coming out, Kev?
It's good. He's got the cream.
He's got the cream. Come on, good?
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody not want cream on the chocolate pie? Is there anyone?
Oh, we're splurging today. We want everything.
joking?
You're the diet anyway.
Atta girl, Joe.
I'm just going to check the swatch. Give me 1 second here.
No, it's okay.
Yes. One second, folks. Alright, so you're going to get the pie before the squash. Alright, so we mix this all up. Then you're just going to add, you're not going to melt these, you're not going to do anything to them, you're just going to put them in the bowl. Okay, there's 2 squares, that's it. Just put them in just like this. This is it. This goes in now to 2.5 minutes. You do nothing for 2.5 minutes. It's all right. Anybody have any questions?
No, we want to taste it.
It's coming, it's coming. It's coming.
Anybody want to taste it?
You can fix them up if you don't mind. Do you want to help Rose pass that out? Okay, give me this and help Rose. Okay. Thank you. Now this, it's a great pie, because honestly you can undercook it, but it's nearly impossible, because you can tell by looking at it if you've undercooked it. You really cannot overcook it. It's going to come out very thick, and it needs to sit. You can't serve this right away. These pies I made last night. I prefer this pie a little on the colder side, but it tastes great at room temperature.
Yeah. Does it have like a consistency?
When it comes out, that's the word I was looking for. When it comes out, it's going to be like a little thicker than a pudding consistency. It's not going to be as velvety. It's going to be a little thicker.
Fudge pie.
It's like a fudge pie.
Oh, it's good. Want more with cream?
You good, ladies?
Once we take a piece, I just want to
And it's easy. It's so easy to make. You get some?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
I didn't realize I should have.
It's okay.
then you'll want to just taste
It's all right.
Yes.
Anybody want one?
I want to taste it. I'd like to taste it.
You can make it with equals. You can make it You can use any sugar substitute. It might give a little different taste.
Jenny?
Yes.
Jenny, this
Yes.
is cream.
Oh, okay. Barbara, could you give me? I can't do it.
There's more pie coming. There's plenty of pie.
Yes. Over here we need pie.
I don't have any, so you'll have
Over
to come
here,
back.
there's a whole tray.
There's more pie.
Cream on it. All right, bring it here.
Alright, so we're going to put it in for 2.5 minutes. And then when it comes out, you have to mix it up really good. The chocolate is not going to be melted all the way through. Alright, now the rest of the timing on this is going to really depend on your microwave, which is why I brought mine, because I'm very familiar with what goes in my microwave. Generally, the pie should be cooked in about 4.5 to 5 minutes. But the key is, you have to take it out every 30 seconds and stir it. Alright, so it goes in at 2.5 minutes and you do nothing. Just let it cook on high, 2.5 minutes. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not really blended well together. At this point, you're going to put it back in for 30 seconds. And I'm going to check the squash.
Did you skip pie?
Go ahead, go ahead.
You sure? You don't want it? Dibbly, if it's healing. I got it, thank you. Did you get a piece, hon? No? You don't want it?
No, I don't mind doing that. Alright, the squash took a little bit longer, but I did try.
You don't want it? No, no? I got it, honey. Very good.
You know, we're jumping around about. Alright, this is how the squash came out so far. It's really, really hot. But I just threw about 2 tablespoons of butter on top. And again, depending on your tastes, you can really put on whatever you want. If you'd like to do a little brown sugar, you have maple syrup. It can be any kind of maple syrup. Little dollop of that. And then you just want to mash it up. You might even want to stick it back in the microwave for about 30 seconds or so. I'm going to put it up here. We good? Alright, so that went in for 30 seconds one time. Okay, I'm going to put it back in another 30 seconds. Second time. It's very easy to lose track of how many times you do it. Because I do it and I'll be like, oh, was that my third or my fourth, 32nd time? So, but you can tell by the consistency. So if you're not sure and you cooked it an extra 30 seconds, you really can't ruin the pie. You're not gonna pour it into the pie shell, obviously, until it's thick enough. So you can't mess up this pie, I'm telling you. Impossible. Hold on. The squash is ready. Does everybody want to try it? Does anybody not want to try it? Good. Here. Do you want pie? I think she's going to try it. Alright, so that's this 2 times in at 30 seconds. It's still not thick enough. Generally, I do it 4 times in my microwave. That might work for you. It might be longer. You're not going to know till you try it, but it's still very, very liquidy. I'm going to put that back in. That's fine.
Hot applesauce?
Anybody want hot applesauce? Eugene, you want to try some?
I will.
Let's not forget our camera.
Today I really mixed up a lot of stuff.
What do you want? You want the squash first? Applesauce?
Doesn't matter.
Why didn't you put a little on each? You want the squash and the applesauce. You should put in the same bowl. We'll separate them in the bowl. Alright, that was 3 times, right? Who's counting for me? Anybody? Still not there. Funny, come in. That's my mailman.
Well, yours is hot too.
He's great.
I taste everything.
Alright, so this is 4 times, right?
Right.
Almost ready.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's both.
I hope everybody kept this.
Yeah, hold on to your spoons.
Thank you.
And the squash could actually have been mashed a little more, it's a little chunky, just didn't have the time to do it. Okay, it's still, you know what, it's still not thick enough, but you can tell it's starting to thicken up like a pudding. How's the squash, ladies? Very good. Good?
You want more hot apple sauce? You want a little more apple sauce? You?
Oh, absolutely.
You? Don't give me any. Want water? Want a little more hot apple sauce? You? Squash? Yeah, both.
Right now? Eugene, thumbs up? It'll be okay from the cameraman. Alright, it's definitely getting thicker. But if you're not sure, you can't see it, and you want to put it back in another time, I'm going to go one more time. And this will be the last time.
He's tired of hearing me.
Good? Yeah. Alright, and this is done. Can you tell? Everybody sit? That's the chocolate pie, folks. Take a spatula and this point you're just going to put it right into the pie shell.
I'm for unit plus.
How are you? Right. Alright, that's it. Just smooth it in the pie shell. Cameraman.
Thank you.
Alright, and that's it. Very good. So just let it cool because it's too hot to eat now and you obviously won't be able to cut it. But in an hour or so at room temperature or stick it in your fridge, it's going to be perfect. Oh, it is. It definitely is. And that's it. Anybody have any questions?
Rachel has competition. Sheila?
Yes.
Rachel has competition.
You get to lick the bowl. If you help me make the pie, you get to lick the bowl. Having a big round of applause. Yay! Be quiet.
Everybody's in a holiday mood, but our holiday program's not over yet because we have a great raffle. Now, Denzel and Barbara, I guess we're going to call. What are you going to do?
And then, yeah, I shaped it. Somebody picks out of that. This is okay.
The first raffle
What is it?
is for that poinsettia plant. So check your tickets. The first number, 4847454. Do we have a winner?
That's for a new member, Kathy. A brand new member.
Okay, so that's hers, okay. Okay, all right, thank you for that, do that. The second one is for the hand knit baby set. Do we have any babies around? The last four numbers. 7475. 7475 is me.
It's you?
Yes.
Is there another grandbaby
I didn't put it, Amanda put it for me.
Don't get the idea.
Okay, I won't. The next one, is for a $2 lottery ticket. The number is 7476. No, sorry, 7460. Okay, $2 lottery ticket over there. Not me, not me. The next one, number 4, is for another $2 lottery ticket. The last four numbers, 7484. 7484.
7484, right here.
Okay, that's the $2 lottery ticket. The next one, the fifth one, is for 3-piece. I made a crocheted lap robe, which I think is this one here.
Can I have it? Thank you. Oh, she picked 2, so.
The last four, 7435.
Oh, me.
Okay, Barbara, that's yours, Barbara. I am not putting the numbers. The number 6 is for another $2 lottery ticket. The number is 7474. That's me, 7474. I am not pulling the tickets. Let's see. Number 7 is for $20 gift certificate from the Old Stone Mill. The last four numbers, 7446. 7446.
7446.
You got it, Ann.
Oh, wow.
There's a winner. Okay. Number 8 is a $5 lottery ticket. The last four numbers, 7491. Oh, okay. Bernie's here. Okay.
Use your hands. I have to use my hands for. I'm shaking.
Another $5 lottery ticket. The last four numbers, 7458. 7, okay, that's, yeah, Sabina.
Okay, now what do you have? One more?
One more. Okay. That is one right here. The last one is for $30 gift certificate from Mama Asante. Number is, last four, 7489. So you see? Don't blame me. Yeah, it's coming. Don't blame me.
He did. He won $15.
The last one, somebody's going to go home with a lot of fat around their bellies tonight.
Wait, one
And that is for the chocolate pie
And then
that
there's
was made.
applesauce.
And the applesauce. And the whipped cream. Last four numbers, 7430. No. She can't get it. Too sweet for her. All right. You got to come to get it. That's not, you won't get it. Okay, we thank everybody. And we hope you all will see you all next Tuesday. And I hope we all had a good time, good fun today. Sheila, we thank Sheila for her little gift. Thank you very much, Sheila. Have a happy holiday. Thank you all very much. And Kevin, our cameraman. Thank you.